Hello and welcome to Fancy Football, and this is Football Daily with me and the fantastic Paul. Paul, how are you?
I'm good. I'm a Phil. How you doing?
It's nice to be here once more on Fancy Football, and on a short show we always have by this time of the day, and it's all about transfer, transfer talk. Um, the bubble, the transfer bubble has started once more again as we go towards the business end of the season. It's all about players that comes in and all about the players that will go out at the end of the day. So and there is no place to be rather than fancy football on this epic day. What's what do you think?
Yeah, it's the right place to be
It's
because
really
we
the right
bring you
place to
the
be.
best and latest news in town. So I
Yeah,
believe you guys are going to enjoy the show.
yeah, they have to enjoy the show. Okay, let's move on quickly to what we have today on the show. Me and Paul. Let's move on quickly and see what we have on the show. So, first of all, let's look at Jurgen Klopp set to return to football management. How true is that? What are the truth in that? Is there any possibility? Then we'll look at a certain player that has been making rounds in the German Bundesliga. They call him Mohamed Almara. We'll talk about him. Then Arsenal chief is on the walk, is on the move now, and the guy is just making name for himself. He's making name for himself, and hopefully, let's see what he's going to do. We hope with that transformation, he will bring in new players, and let's see because he has talked with the Nico Williams camp, and he has been talking with. I think 2 days ago he made contact with the Gukeres camp. So let's see. Then Paul, you're going to give us update on Gabriel and Timber. What's the latest update with regards to their injury and looking ahead of the Champions League versus Real Madrid, because it's so very crucial that those two players are fit ahead of that match. Then Victor Osimhen favors the EPL move over Juventus. So those are the things we are going to look at today, and hopefully let's see whether we can run it blast down in the next 20 minutes. So let's go. Is Jurgen Klopp returning back to management? How possible is it, Paul?
I think in wherever career we find ourselves, everybody deserves a rest. So if you, so I believe it's very, very possible for him to come back.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's possible for him to come back?
Yeah, he's still a young coach. It's possible for him to come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you insist that he's still a young coach and it's possible for him to come back, we hope so that he comes back to football earnestly, hopefully. But RB Leipzig, who are the current employers of Jurgen Klopp now, said there is a 1,000%. I mean, how they even put it? They said 1,000% chance for him not to return to coaching. But I think for now, they sacked their manager 2 days ago, or 2 or 3 days ago, because of poor run of form, and this is what is really coming out from RB Leipzig. The RB Leipzig fans want Klopp to take on there, but I don't think Klopp is going to take up that coaching job. And this is the fact, Paul. The fact is that already he has fallen in love with the other side of the divide, which is the Borussia Dortmund. He doesn't want to find himself in that mix. Already, him being employed by the Red Bull Group as a director and also an advisor, has brought him problem. So I don't think he want to go into that mix of being employed as a coach for RB Leipzig. What's your take?
Yeah, I think so too, because falling in love with Dortmund, if he wants to go back to coaching, well, I don't think seeing him going back to Leipzig, even if it's a director there, I don't see him going back there. So if Arthur is coming back, I don't think he will be going back to a club where he will struggle. No, I don't see that.
Okay, so if we don't see that going back to a club where he will struggle, So what do we see now? What do we really see now? Because I think sometime he has to come back. Because for me, I think he's eyeing that German. He wants that German job again. So that definitely every German coach, highly profile German coach, wants to coach the national team, and that's where I see him. Where I see him. So I don't know.
Sure, if he will go back to coaching or come back to coaching, I believe
Yeah.
if when Madrid is eyeing Alonso, that means Bayer Leverkusen will be vacant as well. So I don't see him going back to Leipzig. That's one thing for me. But going back to coaching, coming back to coaching is one possibility. Yes, I know it's possible.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully, let's see what is going to happen. Okay. Next up is we'll take our train now straight down to the battle for a player that is dubbed to be the next Real Mahrez in the world of football. Mohamed Almaron. He is a player. I think you asked me this question earlier yesterday, but I said he is a player that plays for Wolfsburg. Yes, but his parent club is Union Berlin, so he's on loan to Wolfsburg. He's a Wolfsburg loanee. And hopefully, and let's see what's going to happen. So Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, and the likes of this are in for the player.
Okay. For me, I don't really know the player that much, but I watched his highlights a few days back. So he's a good player, and for Arsenal and Nottingham Forest to be going for him, I believe he wants it as well. So that kind of player, for me, I don't think that's what Arsenal need for now, because judging from where we are in the past 2 seasons, Arsenal need a well-ready, established player now to give them what they are looking for. So going for Mohamed Amora, he's a good player. I'm not disposing that fact. He's a good player, but
don't you think, Paul? But don't you think you need those bodies ahead of next season? Because for me, I think next season is a make or break for Mikel Arteta. He needs
I know that.
He needs those ammunitions. So for him, if he wants to spend £100 million or 150 million pounds, for instance, for Isak, don't you think that, because me and you have had that talk? Don't you think that is better for him to spend at least £100 million on Gyökeres, 40 million euros on this guy? What's your take?
Yeah, I agree with you, but this is not the guy. That's my take.
Then who is the guy?
The thing is this: I'm not. No offense to him. I'm not saying he's not good, but sometimes some players tend to shine when they are in a lower club. Yeah. Now he's in the Wolfsburg. He's doing well. So it will shock you to know that if Arsenal finally get this guy, he will start struggling. So I want when I say an established player, I want a player that is established. So if Arsenal, for instance, get Gyökeres for £100 million, and what stopped them from getting Jonathan Davis? Even Isaac and Arsenal, they are not too big. Isaac and Gyökeres, they are not too big to play in Arsenal. The two of them is just that the financial capability is what is holding them back. Both of them can be in Arsenal. Then Liverpool, they have Firmino, they have Nunes, they have Salah. They have each wing, they have more than 2 players. Yeah. At Chelsea. So when I say established player, I'm not saying the guy is not good, but sometimes they tend to do well when they are in a lower club.
Okay, if you say so, they tend to do well. So let's move on quickly. We'll see. Okay, now a certain player Arsenal have been eyeing also from Spain, Nico Williams. How true is this deal? Because Andre Beretta has held talks with his camp. So how true is that?
I got the message as well. I saw the news. I just believe, every transfer talk, news, they are rumor until they come to reality.
Okay.
So I just hope this rumor is true as well. Because this Andrew Beta now, looking, Arsenal confirmed his deal. That was this week. Yeah, this week. So from then to now,
Don't you think? Don't you also think? Don't you also think that he wants to hit the ground running and get those deals done? The earlier the better.
Yes, that's my point. That's what the point I'm trying to make. I believe he's trying to prove a point that he is the man for this job. So if he can land this Gyökeres and Williams,
I
think that would be a big start for him. Like
okay.
I was watching a Fan Tribe podcast.
Yeah.
So they interview one Arsenal fan there. He said the man is Andrea better. He has come to make Arsenal better.
Okay, there's no problem. Let's see whether he will make Arsenal better at the end of the day. So what's the update on Gabriel and Timber?
Yeah, judging from the news I had today, Gabriel is out of season. So the hamstring injury will take him out of the season. So if we are going to see Gabriel playing again, it will be next season.
So how about Timber? How about your Timber?
Timber, I don't have anything yet on Timber because I have not gotten anything, no news yet on Timber. But I believe Timber will be fine because he's a knock.
Okay.
So judging from Ateta press conference, he said he felt something on his nail, so that was the reason why they pulled him out. So I believe Timber will be fine, but Gabriel is out of the season.
Okay, so for finally, Victor Osimhen was the EPL over a move to Juventus. I think that is he wants to play in the EPL. I think he's done and dusted with the Italian Serie A for me. That's what I think he should focus on. The question remains that who is going to sign Victor Osimhen at the end of the day? Is it Liverpool? Is it Liverpool? Is it Chelsea? Is it Man United? Or is it Nottingham Forest? It depends. But he needs a big team, and we saw his display yesterday when his team played against Fenerbahce, and he got the 2 goals at the end of the day, inspired the team. So I just think that in terms of he's just an unfortunate player that's seen himself playing in Galatasaray for now because of the current coach doesn't really need him. I think for me, he even with the likes of Lukaku that moved to Napoli, he's still better than Lukaku 100%. Currently now, as we see him, yeah. So I think for me, a move to the EPL and saying bye-bye to the Italian Serie A is something worth doing.
For me, I believe Victor Osimhen, like I said in our previous show, Victor Osimhen is a world-class proven player. So if you see the numbers he's generating in Galatasaray, despite he's playing in the Turkish league, you know that he's an established player. So the issue is not the player. The problem now is who can afford his weekly wages and his fee.
Like I said, only 2 clubs can do it at the moment. Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, they can afford his wages.
And Chelsea. If he says he's coming to
Chelsea can afford the signing, but can they afford a 300, 400 million pounds per week? 400,000 pounds per week? That's the question that we have to ask another day. Okay, Paul. So we have to say goodbye this time around to our listeners. Kindly subscribe to Fancy Football, hit the notification bell, and hit the like button as well. We'll see you tomorrow with 2 exciting shows. One on the Football Daily and the other one on the Fancy Podcast by 8 p.m. in the evening. Football Daily by 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and the Fancy Podcast by 8 p.m. in the evening. See you all. Final take, Paul.
Yeah, final take, guys. Keep on subscribing, keep on liking, keep on clicking the notification bell, and we hope to bring you the best news around the world.
Thank you and bye.
Bye. Nobody.